Welcome to the Lawrence House Center for the Arts. Built in 1892 and known as Rest Home, this building was constructed for William and Elizabeth Lawrence at a cost of $30,000. Built in the Queen Anne style, it served as a family home until the death of Mrs. Lawrence in 1940. But who were the Lawrences? In 1782, Colonel John Lawrence, a United Empire Loyalist, left the United States following the American Revolution, moving to Fredericton, New Brunswick. Nine years later, the Lawrence family moved to York in Upper Canada. Various members of the family receiving land grants totaling 200 acres on land between present-day Eglinton and Lawrence Avenues, near Yonge Street in Toronto. The family prospered in farming, lumber mills, and tanneries. Lawrence Park and Lawrence Avenue are public memorials to this family in Toronto. In 1812, John's son Peter married and settled in Willowdale. One of Peter's sons, Jacob, started a sawmill in Wanstead, Lambton County in 1870. By 1873, Jacob had moved to Watford and established mills in Kings Court and Suterville, and a lumber yard in Bothwell. Over the years, Jacob took his sons in partnership and became known as Jacob Lawrence and Sons. In 1878, Jacob moved to Sarnia and bought a mill on the St. Clair. On his death in 1885, his son William moved to Sarnia to manage the business. It expanded and prospered, specializing in fine sash windows, doors, and cabinets from local hardwood and prime lumber. In January of 1889, the Sarnia Observer noted that the Lawrences were well up in the lumber business. When William's brother Henry P. Lawrence died in 1902, the firm of Jacob Lawrence and Sons was dissolved, although local operations continued as the Lawrence Lumber Company. In 1912, William and his family moved to Toronto, leaving the home vacant and offered for sale. It never sold, and was subsequently reoccupied by William and his family when they returned to Sarnia from Toronto. William died in 1922. Elizabeth lived in the home until her death in 1940. The house was abandoned at that time and stood for 37 years, everything left exactly as it was when she passed on in 1940. The last surviving member of the Lawrence family generously donated this beautiful residence to the city of Sarnia. Restored in the mid-1980s, this building is now the home of the Lawrence Center for the Arts. As you enter this building, there's a wonderful old statue of what looks like an angel. I've often gone by this statue, and one day decided to record what I thought might be the thoughts of this woman as people went up and down the stairs each day. Skyward I have always gazed, toward heaven in my memories of the 4 Lawrence children. No one ever notices me anymore. Even the many who pass nearby this day. About my shoulders, held by dainty palms, 19 ivory roses in a garland lay atop my gossamer gown of faded white, almost enveloped by the many-hued greens, and lavender the foliage about me and my feet. Still I have hope that someone will talk to me. Tell me about their day as the children once did. Oh, that was so many years ago, far into the past. Now I see a child approach. Perhaps she will talk. Even as she passes by, I still hope. Alas, perhaps I must stand alone again this day. No one cares for one like me who is so old. Gives me even a second look. But wait. Entering through the picket gate, I see a man who looks my way. Perhaps he will notice me and stop.